So the first person who used this term in linguistics was Harris, and he did that in his work on discourse analysis. Well, here we go. Harris. It was in 1952, and since then, discourse has become one of the critical key concepts in the vocabulary of humanities and in the vocabulary of social sciences. Okay, thank you, Harris. Okay. Next. Good, it worked this time. Okay. Well, there are more definitions of the term in Merriam-Webster's dictionary. Well, actually there are 5 of them. So the first is kind of archaic, not used anymore, the capacity of orderly thought or procedure. The second is verbal interchange of ideas. The third, well, mind the third is important. A formal and orderly and usually extended expression of thought on a subject. Well, let me mark this. Well, the third is important. Well, connected speech or writing, and a linguistic unit which is longer than a sentence, such as a conversation or a story. Well, one larger than a sentence. So number 4 is, well, kind of obsolete use. You do know the word obsolete? Obsolete? That means outdated. Outdated. Yeah, obsolete use is social familiarity, obsolete meaning, sorry. And the 5 is a mode of organizing knowledge, ideas, or experience that is rooted in language and its concrete context. Well, I again would like you to pay attention to this word context. Well, this is very important. Context. Context. Okay. Oops. Not beautiful. Okay, anyway. Sentence. So, we go next. And, well, I would like you to consider the following. What do you think enables us to be meaningful and perceive the meaning? Okay, let me do this. Okay. Well, the knife killed a dragon. So have a look at this utterance, this sentence. The knife killed a dragon. Do you like stories about knights? Do you like stories about dragons? Yeah, about heroic deeds of the knights? Okay, well, let's think about this utterance in terms of morphology, syntax, and semantics. So, in terms of morphology, look at the sentence. The knight killed a dragon. What is wrong with it? Yeah, a dragon. So we do have this plural ending here, yes, but we do have the indefinite article, and this is wrong. So we have a morphological mistake, right? Okay. The next, in terms of syntax, they are not dragon killed. What's wrong? The word order is wrong, yes. Well, for English it's a syntactic mistake, right? The word order is wrong. Well, in terms of semantics, the knife killed a teaspoon. What's wrong here? A teaspoon instead of a dragon, right? Well, doesn't seem probable because the knife would kill a teaspoon. But those dragons are not probable too, are they? Okay, so are these levels enough to achieve meaning? What do you think? Are these levels enough? Or do we need something else? Intonation. Well, probably not. Okay, let's see what we need. Okay. So, let's have a look at 2 more utterances. Or do these utterances make sense to you? So, the knight killed the dragon. He cut off his head with a sword. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Yes, it does. Though, well, there might be no dragons, but, well, still, it makes sense. And, well, this is a coherent utterance, right? Because, well, we can see the connection of the knight. Oh, my God. Well, the knight well, healed, right? And killed the dragon. Let's change the color. Well, the dragon, and well, cut off his head, the dragon's head. So we have this connection, and it makes the text coherent. Right? Now let's have a look. Okay. Yes. Now look at this. The knight killed the dragon, the pineapple was on the table. Does it make sense? No. No sense at all. Why? Is there any connection like this?
The knight and pineapple.
Oh, the knight killed the dragon. Is anything connected to the pineapple that was on the table? No connection. But it's so early to judge. Have a look. Once upon a time, there was a magic pineapple guarded by a dragon. And the knight had to kill the dragon to wake up his beloved princess. So he cut the dragon's head with a sword and brought the pineapple, and it was on the table. Does it make sense now? Yes, it does. Okay. So, in other words, to perceive meaning, we must have knowledge of the world. Knowledge of the world where the events take place. That means we should know the context, right? Well, some morphological, syntactic, semantic levels are not enough. We need to have more context. Well, probably even extra-linguistic context. We will see further. And here you can see the definition of discourse that we are going to use as a working definition in our further studies. Well, discourse here is defined as a text together with extra-linguistic factors. Extra-linguistic factors. Okay, I calibrated the word, but well, obviously it has just shifted a little bit. So that's why it goes not in the proper place. Okay, well, extra-linguistic factors such as situation, context, speakers, communicative intention, etc. I would like you to remember these things. Maybe you will even have to write them down. Though I provide you with the notes of the lecture, but well, still, it's important for our further work. So, situation, context, speakers, and communicative intention. Okay, remember? Remember? Remember. So there are different types of context, and let's discuss what context might be. Well, epistemic context. This is the first kind of context, and it says that this is a background knowledge shared by the speaker and the hearer. Well, background knowledge. Yes. Well, background knowledge shared by the speaker and the hearer. Epistemic context. Okay. Well, the next type of context is linguistic. Linguistic context. Well, this is previous and anticipated sentences in the conversation, and well, also we refer to linguistic context of the choice of vocabulary, the choice of syntactic means, the choice of stylistic means, and well, we will see later when we discuss the examples of this course, well, how all of them form the linguistic context. Now then, the next is physical context. Well, this is the real life situation, well, the place where the conversation or where the discourse takes place. Well, maybe the time, well, physical parameters, physical characteristics. And one more, this is social context. Social context, the relationships between the speaker and the hearer, right? Well, what we are going to do next is to watch 2 short videos. They are actually advertising episodes taken from commercials, TV commercials. But, well, these are wonderful examples how the misinterpretation of context can lead to misunderstanding in communication. Okay? Well, I would like you to watch these videos attentively and try identify, well, which type of context is violated, well, is not taken into account and leads to misunderstanding. Okay?
This has a fractured fibula, giving mouth sudden. So it can be able to go on tomorrow.
He's going to be so excited.
That killed him.
Paging Dr. Palmer, Dr. Marla Palmer, dial 452.
Okay, so what can you say? Well, what is the physical context? Where does the action take place? At a hospital, yes. Well, the physical context is the hospital. So there is a misunderstanding, right? So what's the source of misunderstanding? So what context was misinterpreted in this case?
The lost words were misjudged by
the words, yes. Well, linguistic context was misinterpreted, yes? Well, one of the doctors said that killed him, well, meaning the fly, right? Well, but mother and daughter thought that it was about the patient. So linguistic context was misinterpreted. Okay, one more video here.
Oh, honey?
Yes, what do we got here?
Okay, you're laughing that you understood it, right? Now, what can you say about the role of context in this video? So what's the physical context? So, well, dad is driving his daughter, yes, with their friends to some kind of concert, and, well, he gives money to her, right? But, well, how does it look like? She looks like a hooker, teenage hooker, right? And, well, so here's the cops appear and misinterpret the physical context. Well, what about the linguistic context? If they heard what he said, so would they misinterpret it? No. Well, they wouldn't. Just the contrary to the previous video where the linguistic context was the source of mistake. Well, here we have physical context, the source of mistake, right? Well, speaking about discourse analysis, I should say that there are 2 major approaches to researching the discourse, and well, they are narrow and wide. Well, let me use the smart board. I don't actually need it too much, but well, it's just fun, right? Narrow. Well, narrow approach means that discourse is opposed to text, and well, we're going to discuss the types of discourse just now. And the wide approach, here we go, is discourse as a social practice.